All right, so welcome to round 8 of Grand Prix Atlanta.
Round 8 already.
It's crazy. Yeah, brought to you by ggslive. We got Sean Miller here. We're waiting for time. We're about to watch Osyp Lebedowicz battle against his good friend Gerard Fabiano. Osyp is playing Naya.
Gerard appears to be playing a blue-white control variant.
I'm not saying anything now, but
you guys may be noticing that Taco Master doesn't look like he's in the chat right now, but I see him. He's directly to my right.
I think he is in the chat. I was going to try to get in there.
Oh, there he is. He is. The Taco Master. He's in the chat and to the right of me.
I'm like, what are you going to do during the buys? He said go to sleep. And I
It's
saw
a
him
moment
with
for
three other
ages.
people going to a diner.
The other feature
I was like,
match.
Dude, true or not?
I don't remember.
Because they called this one and everyone went, oh, which is. I mean, this is going to be a fun. This is going to be a very fun.
I mean, we're still I just don't see this.
Fun fact: these two both applied to. They tried out to be on the Amazing Race together. And there is a video on YouTube that I will invite you to watch after you finish watching ggslive after round 9. You know, finish out your daily dose of ggslive, then or watch the video if you're watching this recorded, and then go on to YouTube and search for Osyp Gerard Amazing Race.
I literally think you just slipped it across. That's not what happened. So,
all right, players, we've got a couple quick announcements, so please listen up real quick. Couple announcements. It's getting later in the day, and some of us are letting our guards down and having things stolen from us. So please be vigilant about your stuff and also courteous of other stuff. Make sure your backpacks are secure, make sure your cars are secure, make sure you keep an eye on your stuff. There's been a couple things going that have grown legs and walked away, we should say. So be sure you're extra vigilant as the day gets later with your stuff.
Pretty soon,
Secondly, the hall tomorrow will actually open at 8:30. That is different. That is later than the stated time, but it is now 8:30 tomorrow morning. The hall will open. However, PTQ registration will be available upstairs in the hotel lobby starting at 7:30. So if you need to register early for the PTQ, you can either register tonight at public events for the PTQ.
So if you guys are at home wanting to come to the Grand Prix tomorrow, PTQ's coverage, you could
the hall will open at
register early.
8:30. If you need to get cards for the PTQ, tonight would be a great night to visit the dealers and make sure you got your decks ready because the hall won't open until 8:30. And again, you can sign up tonight for the PTQ as well. The registration is still open tonight for tomorrow's PTQ.
Wrap it up,
Prix.
Other than that, welcome to round 8. You have 50 minutes. You may begin.
All right, here we go.
Round 8, and Gerard's off to the races, starting off with a C Chrome Coast and a preordained. Cannot get away from blue-white. We saw Gerard top 8 nationals this year with blue-white, and in most of the standard tournaments he's played in the past year has been blue-white.
I better be careful.
5 cards, 7 cards.
I drew an extra card. Yeah. So.
I took my eyes off.
You can't do that against me.
Gerard's considering his preordained here.
Definitely going on the bottom.
One
like
to the
a
bottom,
baby, yeah.
one on top, draws the one on top.
So look at your hand so I can get a read on it.
That's still Moon Cavalier in his hand?
Got a read on it.
Is that even is that a legal card right now?
Legacy Event 3, please come to the public event.
I haven't seen that card in a bit.
Stage. Players playing in the Legacy Event 3.
That puts both cards at the bottom.
So let's see what Osyp's going to do.
And
Does he
draws
have a
out
turn
Glinda Archmage.
It's, I don't know. Well, he's getting a forest, so he probably has a turn 1 mana.
Osyp leads with a forest. Has a bird in his hand.
Yep, there's a Bird's Paradise.
Pairings for the Saturday Standard are now being posted to the left of the public event stage on green paper. Pairings for the Saturday Standard.
The old land pass from the blue-white deck.
Super separated. Try to confuse you. He's like, I do have mana, leaf mana. This land far to the left, and this hand far to the right. Heads up to 2.
See Osyp there. He's a Pro Tour champion. He won the Onslaught Block Constructor Pro Tour. And actually, Gerard Blue-white control seems like the deck with the least amount of personality, and Gerard's like just this bundle of personality. Maybe he's so much personality that he has to calm it down. Yeah, he's got to calm it down for the gaming.
I love your jokes.
So what deck do you think Gerard is if he's not blue-white?
Yeah.
Like what would you imagine him? Something with like Fauna Shaman?
Something with a bunch of one-ups. He's Battle of Wits. That's what he is. Whoa, main deck Still Moon Cavalier.
Osyp has to read this. He's like, you actually played this card? I thought you were using proxies in our playtesting. Osyp draws a Copperline Gorge for his turn. He has a Vengevine in hand.
There we go. There's that Vengevine.
Careful with that guy.
Coming for 5 damage with the help of Noble Hierarch.
14.
And Gerard drops to 14. Now the Still Moon Cavalier drawn over there by Gerard.
Jason Drinker, please come to the side of me.
Now, I believe does it have first strike, or it can get first strike? No, it can get flying,
Please come to the side of
and it can pump.
Nicholas Heel, please come to the side of stage.
Osyp had to read it again. I think he has the same question.
He wants to double check.
Mays, Republican stage. Ito, Eric Mays, Republican stage.
We have 5 cards?
I have 5.
That's fine. Okay.
All right, so
Vengevine comes in there. Yeah, for
that knocked Gerard down to 9.
In flying, first strike. And
So it can gain first strike, and it can pump up its power.
Everyone keeps flying slot too, so maybe you shouldn't play.
What?
Maybe you shouldn't play.
Kitchen Finks.
It was always a kitchen thing.
Oh,
It's like it looks like Osyp is trying to minimize
I'm mistaken.
wrath. That's why he took back his Knight of the Reliquary.
Kitchen Finks. What will Kitchen Finks do here? You know what? I'm gonna let a Kitchen Finks resolve because I like you. If I didn't like you, a whole different story, Osyp. Actually, you lose another life on the second.
These 2 chatterboxes are going off.
I know. I mean, should I interrupt them? I don't know what I should do.
They're trying to maximize their time here. Gerard fetches up a mountain. I mean, Osyp rather. Now I'm calling him the same name.
Oh,
And
nice.
there's the knight.
I guess he wasn't protecting against
2 cards?
Yeah.
a wrath. He's just going.
Well, I mean, Osyp has a Bloodbraid Elf in his hand, so a Wrath of God would.
I guess yeah.
You know, it'll just be like, okay, attack you for 7.
Okay, well, I'm gonna counter and. Cards?
2.
I'll counter and draw.
Yep, to command counters and draws.
Got to dig for that Day of Judgment because he doesn't have it yet. Looks like, is that another Cryptic Command?
Moves off with Scalding Tarn.
Just like a.
So he does have a Cryptic Command, so he can.
I have 5 cards.
Oh, it looks like he has 2 Cryptic Commands, so he has 2 more turns of time walking, basically.
Let's see here.
I'll take it.
Also, just comes with the Vengevine. Comes in for 4.
So Gerard's gonna go down to 4. He's not fearing being at a low life total, not one bit.
Play some kind of books and stuff. End of your turn. Play Cryptic Command.
End of turn,
Gerard
Cryptic
again.
Command.
See what his choices are.
I think he's gonna bounce something and draw a card. Looks like it's the Vengevine. And he drew another Still Moon Cavalier. It's probably a really good card in most other matchups. Right here, it's holding off at Kitchen Finks, but that's about it.
Oblivion Ring drawn for the turn for Gerard. His Oblivion Ring Glendale under Archmage.
Gerard and Osyp playing? It's like Friday night in Target 10 years ago.
Still Moon Cavaliers. This Jace the Mind Sculptor in his hand.
Roughly the same.
Gerard's trying to figure out what is his best way to win here.
I mean, he has a cryptic command, so I think he has a. Maybe he doesn't have a cryptic command. I thought
And he has a
one.
blocker.
Because cryptic command allows him to tap all the creatures, draw a card if he plays the Vengevine, and then use the Oblivion Ring to remove it from the game.
Yeah.
It's a very good answer, other than countering the Vengevine.
See what Gerard wants to do.
He has a lot of Steel Moon Cavaliers in his hand.
2 Still Moon Cavaliers in hand.
Archmage. He's thinking about playing the Archmage. It doesn't seem like. I mean, it's a great blocker. Blocks twice. I don't see any other spells that are in the Naya deck that's really going to counter. Most of these Naya builds want to maximize Bloodbraid Elf into Vengevine.
Yeah. If he still moons, can he? That doesn't do enough because. Oh, I guess he could double first strike, right? And Vengevine's only.
Yeah, I mean, he could first strike and pump also if he really wants to, but that's kind of mana intensive. And I don't know that he wants to commit his mana just to block a Vengevine.
He needs to double pump because Vengevine turns into a 4 with Noble Hierarch.
Right.
Let's see what happens here.
I think Vengevine's going to come out and play.
Vengevine?
Yep,
And I think a Jury Step was also in his hand, so he might just protect it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he doesn't protect from Cryptic Command.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the best play here. It looks like he's going to try. Oh, and he plays a Bloodbraid Elf.
He's just going for it.
Gets a Kitchen Finks.
We're getting all of our attackers in there. Please don't have Cryptic Command. That's what Osyp is saying. Or at least that's what he's thinking. I am a mind reader. I'm psychic, like that guy from Psych.
So you're really not psychic, but you just...
I know. You know that I'm not telling the truth. Oh, I'm sorry.
That show's, I like that show.
I'm addicted to Netflix. And basically, I've watched everything else on Netflix that you can stream. That and Breaking Bad.
I haven't watched Breaking Bad yet.
It's awesome. Gerard's in the tank a little bit. He's wondering what he wants to do.
He could counter and tap the team.
I think I think there's enough creatures in play where countering one of them isn't that. I mean, it isn't going to get him out of this trouble. He's at 3 life.
This Cryptic Command has to be tapping. Tapping and drawing a card.
He's trying to dig and find some type of Wrath of God effect. Day of Judgment, maybe Hollow Bear.
There you go.
There's a Day of Judgment.
Gerard draws Day of Judgment for his turn.
Now, is he going to preordain to make it look like he preordained into it?
No, but Day of Judgment, what does that do? He has 2 Kitchen Finks, so they both come back, and Gerard's still in trouble.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
So he really needs a Hallowed Burial, I guess, if he's even playing Hallowed Burial. Yeah, that's all I could really...
Well, he's going to preordain. Maybe there is a Hallowed Burial.
I feel like if you're going to play Still Moon Cavalier, just playing Kitchen Finks is better.
He sees a second Day of Judgment, and a land, so he can't want either of those. There's a Jace, 2 Steel Moon Cavaliers, Day of Judgment, and on Gerard's hand. So, yep, both goes to the bottom. Let's see what we drew. What are we going to draw off the top?
And Gerard gets a
Sun Titan. I don't think that's going to do it either.
Sun Titan, he needs 4 blockers.
I'm at 18 years of age.
There's an Oblivion ring. There's not much Gerard really could do here other than nothing really. Is persist optional?
No.
Alright, so
Good stays.
then Gerard scoops it
That
out.
was the plan. All right.
Game 1 heads over to Osyp. I wish I could hear the conversation. What was exchanged there?
Gerard was kidding that since Steel Moon Cavalier has protection from white, it stays in white. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
It's not an amateur hour. You might have got me at F&M last week. Osyp all of a sudden has a hoodie on.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
Wasn't he just wearing a t-shirt?
Look at that hat. I'm pro. I'm pro.
Where's the actual feature match pit?
Over there.
I'm gonna go bird. Never mind.
Okay, so reaching for the sideboards. See Linvala's getting removed from Osyp's deck.
Sometimes.
Oh, we can combo here. Now they're dead silent while they're sideboarding. Serious time.
This is serious. It just got seriouser.
It's always like this with them.
Either that or Osyp's trying to hold in his laughter, actually, it looks like. He's like, gonna laugh, but
They're
I'll
both
keep
super
it in.
competitive dudes, so it's always like this.
Gerard's X1 shows Osyp.
Hey, is that guy pro?
I'm pro.
I guess so.
Smile a little, Gerard.
Don't. And wave at the camera.
Called his
Yes.
mom. He's like, "Mom, check me out. I'm
It's
on
like,
the TV.
I'm on TV.
I'm on the TV."
It's like the jumbotron. I heard you on the jumbotron.
Bulls game.
Yeah.
It was exciting moment in our lives. It's not as cool though, since I don't have any a recorded.
You don't have any
thing.
proof? It didn't happen.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to have.
You should have tripped or something, and then you would have been on like ESPN.
I know, that would have been sweet. Bulls should just make extra money, and then everyone who goes on there, they just just save it, print it out if you want a memory for $20. They sell some.
They could have like a little running recording of the jumbotron, and then just see like, hey, like Great America, where they take the pictures of you on the Eagle.
And then they post up in front of stand in front of the Bulls players cutout type of thing, so they could sell those pictures too.
Got some nice hoodie, man. I do. How about if you beat me, you give me the hoodie?
I'm freezing. No way.
It's a real friend would have given me the hoodie. I said, keep it, buddy. What brand is it?
I did mention it once, but I'll talk about it more.
I kind of want to start sitting.
Yeah, you do? I can talk to somebody.
Do you have one
Even though I
that
don't
would
write all the time, I do write.
Do you have this file?
I don't beat. I can talk to him. Put in good work. Give this guy a station shirt. Don't try to manuscript me.
And you're going to play?
It's on the website. We can show. So what we were talking about is for the Grand Prix, the first 4 North American Grand Prix, you get a deck box for entering. And if you come to all 4 and you get all 4 of these deck boxes, they make like this cool panoramic picture of some dragons and guys. I know, that's what it is. Dragons and guys.
It's GG's Live.
Is it a...
God, is it Ray, or is it BNSW?
Oh, so it's going to be one big picture of all 8?
Be fair character, bro.
Make it to all 8 of
Can you
these
get that real quick?
pre-release. I mean, all these
that was
GPs.
great.
Or buy them on
I watch
eBay.
Lifetime movies. And so it's just like some like lady like.
It is a very nifty box.
Or buy them on pastimes.net. I think they're going to have some of those for sale.
Those aren't.
We're gonna show this. We'll show it to them later when it's back to us. But looks like they're just about to start.
It's like you go around and help people not to smoke. And you go on the tree.
Yeah.
I like it. Got on.
So, you know, if you were like 50-50 on attending a Grand Prix, hopefully this deck box makes it the 50, you know, .00001 incentive you needed to actually attend.
I think it's like a growing incentive, because if you go to one and you're like, well, I already got the first piece of the puzzle, I might as well go to the next three. That's how they get you.
Gerard leads with a preordained. Let's see what he sees here. Was it his deck on the other side last game?
Hmm?
It felt like his deck was on the other side.
It might have been.
So, passes the turn after the preordained. Copperline Gorge and Birds of Paradise for Osyp there. And Gerard has, looks like an house maybe?
If he had an oust, I
oust.
think you just oust that Birds of Paradise. That is a Scepter
of Dominance.
Yeah.
The tapping one.
Wow.
Icy Manipulator.
It is Icy Manipulator, and you got it right out of there. None of that stuff.
It's like none of that.
Gerard's an old school player. He knows what happens when you play Icy Manipulator against blue-white.
It's over. Your Sarah Angel can't attack anymore? What are you supposed to do?
Gerard's filled with mana leaks. Gerard now draws the Day of Judgment, perfect timing.
All day.
This is looking more like what, you know, blue-white control is supposed to do.
He's turned out all these Gwendolyn Archmage, he has Still Moon Cavalier. He still has the Core Firewalker in his hand.
Well, I think Core Firewalker is it's an okay card. It's got to be better than some of the other options he has. It blocks the Raging Ravine. You know,
well, I also am pretty sure that Osyp has the 4/2 that removes all lands from play.
Oh yeah.
Razor?
Yeah, you can't cast that with a Firewalker in play either. So.
Yeah.
I mean, he can cast it.
I mean, he will lose on the spot, basically.
Public event stage, Max Margolis from the public event stage.
That's fine.
Osyp comes in for 4. Gerard dropping off 15.
Okay. Good.
And a Bummering Boss comes in play for Osyp. Gerard gets a Glacial Fortress for his turn.
I think Gerard realized that he could have blocked that Raging Ravine, so he's not making that trade anymore.
Well, no, I mean, he might also just be like, just assuming Osyp would do something else with his mana that turn, you know, maybe play Vengevine or whatever, where you want to get the 2 points in, but if the best thing Osyp can do is just turn on his Ravine, then you want to hang back.
Osyp taps 4 and Bloodbraid Elves. Let's see what he hits here.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to get
Birds of Paradise going through Copperline Gorge and Gideon.
That probably could have been a lot better.
Make sure the Gideon goes to the last card.
And you sign up for extended number 5.
The old Bloodbraid Elf and pass.
Sign up for extended number 5.
Go ahead.
Gerard just passes there. 5, 6 man all round.
I don't know. I think you can Realm Razor with the
with the
fire.
bird. Sure, it's fine.
I guess he needs a little bit more. He's not comfortable yet.
Also,
Yeah, but
Osyp's
Core
hands,
Fireworker still just locks him down.
Osyp's hands also wretched, so what else is he going to do? Might as well.
Yeah, at the very least, it buys you a lot of time to draw something.
How many cards?
Now I can pay for mana leak.
Right now I'm at 16.
So Cryptic Command or no?
I'm gonna gain a life.
Or maybe Flash Freeze? I don't know if Flash Freeze is a sideboard card of choice in this extended environment.
Oh, there's a Cryptic Command.
Counter and draw a card.
So, round raiser doesn't resolve there. Also, Gerard draws a preordained for his turn. His core firewalk is really key right now.
He's still holding back a Raging Ravine and a Bloodbraid Elf, so.
Raging Ravine could start coming in at some point if it wanted.
It could, just to pump itself up.
Yeah. Gerard also has a Jace. Noble Hierarch picked up for Osyp this turn. Just passes it though. Gerard looks like he grabbed a Baneslayer Angel.
That's a good one. Baneslayer Angel means that
he could stop being passive and start.
Yeah, and oh well, we just go with Jace. Jace is enough to scoop.
Yep.
All right, so game 3 we go. Less banter this game. They knew I'm tuning in now. They're
it's
like,
getting
right.
seriouser. It's a little bit. It's not serious yet, but it's seriouser. Both these players are X and 1. They're on the bubble.
So
they're on the
winner
bubble
of
of
this
the
match
bubble.
is locked for day 2. The other one is fighting for day 2 next round.
Sign up for 2-5, and number 13.
Okay, I'll do whatever, to be honest.
Alright. 20.
Okay, no tax? Because there's going to be tax.
Oh, no tax.
Okay, alright. 20 no tax?
I don't know what just happened for the handshake there. I hear them talking about something, but then they shook hands and they're still playing. It's the beginning of Game 3 handshake. You ever do that? You're like, good luck. Game 3.
Yeah, I got, well, Hazy and I had a match in Grand Prix LA like 2 years ago where there's just so much trash talking because there's like kind of a crowd and that's just how we do. Where before Game 3 we just had to clear the air that everything was cool. It wasn't actually like anything serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's probably what just happened here. Still Moon Cavaliers headed out for Gerard. Not liking him on the draw. He has Solar Temptations. See what else I could peek in here. Take out one of the core Firewalkers too. So, Game 3 about to start. I still feel like, kind of like Osyp's second one in this match. What do you think?
I don't know. It sort of depends what's in his board here. I mean, his deck's so explosive on the play, but I think the pro color creatures are like pretty awesome for Gerard here because it just squeezes him with Dave Judgment. There's no way that he can sort of nickel and dime his way through all of the Firewalkers and the Cavaliers. So it causes an overextension into Day of Judgment. Also, just buying time means like Gerard can just get the Baneslayer Angel, and it's pretty easy to lock the game up from there.
All right. Presenting and almost off to go to Game 3 here. Again, winner of this match is locked for day 2. Right now in the booths, myself, Ray Punzline, Patrick Sullivan, and Rashad Miller will be back shortly. Just getting some things in order. And Osyp leads off with a Noble Hierarch off a Copperland Gorge. His hand has a Bloodbraid Elf, Gideon, another Bloodbraid Elf, Birds of Paradise. Seacrum Coast for Gerard there, and has a Preordained if you'd like to. Chooses to go, so Preordained.
Public event stage. Steve Kruger, public event stage. If you signed up for Commander number 13, please come to the public event stage. If you signed up for Commander
Gerard's
number
hand looks
13,
like it's 2 mana leaks at least.
And there was a sower in there. Was it a sower? I think it was a sower.
So Osyp misses, or possibly.
Is he does he have a land?
Yeah, Osyp misses
he
his
doesn't.
second land drop, but he has a bird, so he has 3 mana going into his next turn.
Osyp draws another reliquary. Not the land.
The land light mana creature heavy draw puts him in serious liability here if Gerard has Day of Judgment.
Yeah,
I
Gerard,
do not see in his hand, but it's preordaining again and digging around.
he knows what all he has to do is play Day of Judgments, put this game way out of Osyp's reach.
So Gerard has a Core Firewalker that he elected not to play on his turn.
keeping more mana leak open, mana open. There's a Fauna Shaman.
Fauna Shaman is met with mana leak, which, I mean, sort of represents that Gerard doesn't have Day of Judgment right now, or else he would just untap in Day.
Land for Gerard. There's a Sower, can take a
Yeah,
land.
he has a Sower.
Still no land for Osyp, and
Yep. Osyp just sort of concedes in disgust and
oops it up.
yep.
Unfortunately, we don't get an exciting game 3, but congratulations to Gerard Fabiano, locking himself in for day 2. Osyp still is not out.
Don Beffrey and David Collins.
Osyp wants to get out of there.
Yep.
Can't blame him. He's a little frustrated that he didn't get to actually play this game.
Well, I mean, you know, it's his decision on whether or not he wants the ball again. It's not like he wasn't offered a decision point.
That's true. Right, so welcome back, everybody. It's myself here and Patrick Sullivan. We have one more round to go with 20 minutes left in round 8, and then we'll have one more feature match to bring you before we, yes, tomorrow we'll bring you a full day of coverage. See how that goes. I don't know what I think about Gerard's deck. I'm not sure if I really like the. I mean, obviously it worked out fine. It's been working out fine for him throughout the day, but it seems like there may be stronger control options out there.
Well, I mean, I do understand like the logic behind the pro creatures. I kind of fundamentally don't like a bunch of cheap dudes plus Day of Judgment or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, Gerard's always kind of you know, marched to his own beat as a deck builder, and not surprising to see him, you know, have something like that. He was anticipating a lot of Jund and a lot of mono red, which is, you know, certainly realistic for this tournament. But having all those pro color creatures is a pretty good metagame choice.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
We're blue screening just for fun.
Just mix it up. Oh, there we go.
Now that you're back with us here, so yeah, so you guys just missed. If you guys just came in, you missed out on Gerard beating Osyp in the feature match area, locking in day 2. We'll figure out. I'll get you guys a better start time after round 9. We'll figure. I'm gonna talk to.
I'll be in a feature match, maybe, yeah.
I'll talk to the judges around here what time they're supposed to come back around. Yeah, if Osyp did rip one land, it would have been nice, but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Osyp's keep is fine. I mean, you know, I don't think you can really mulligan that aggressively against a deck with where you can easily get blanked by just pro red creature could blank even your crit draws that you mulligan into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically a 2-turn window to draw 1 land, and his draw is awesome. So you weigh that against like what kind of hand are you going to draw into when you mulligan. I think that keeps fine.
So what do you think so far of the day? How the tournament's going on? Decks are winning, pretty much what you kind of expected.
I haven't really seen. I haven't been out on the floor too much, but based on what we've seen here in the feature match and just sort of like the chatter around the tournament hall, it's sort of what you would anticipate the format being.
Yeah.
Again, this is sort of, it's not necessarily a downside, but it is a feature of the new extended format. You know, you have these old Type 2 decks, where you have these old blocks, you know, and obviously those blocks focus on particular themes. And when extended is 7 or 8 years worth of sets, whatever it was in the past, it's possible that there would be weird synergies from like one block and another block 6 years previous, or just random cards meshing in a certain way. The way extended is now, it's way more likely to take on the shape of old Type 2 formats, because there's just fewer sets from which to draw like these weird interactions or weird combinations of cards that sort of define the way extended used to be. You know what I mean?
It's and a lot of times some of these sets did overlap in Type 2 already.
Right.
Like some of these blocks did overlap, and you only have this one block that wasn't with them at the time.
So the odds of finding some weird like, oh, Vampire Hex Mage and Dark Depths, like these two random cards from 5 years apart or whatever, interact in a certain way, now there's this powerful deck, just far less likely to happen, I think, in this extended format compared to the way things used to be.
So do you play any other format? You play Legacy? Do you play any format regularly, or more of whatever tournaments going on that you plan to go to?
I mean, I consider myself to be sort of a Legacy aficionado. Like, the thing that keeps me involved in Magic, I guess at this point, is the nostalgia and the friends.
Okay.
And Legacy is a really good way of sort of revisiting that. So I'll definitely be at Grand Prix Providence this year. I'm actually considering going to Grand Prix Amsterdam, which is the European Legacy Grand Prix. Those are, you know, for me, that format's the most attractive. Vintage never really resonated with me. Part of the reason was when I was a little kid, like, I didn't own the Moxes or whatever.
Yeah.
They were like $100 back then, which was still too expensive for me.
Yeah, it was a ton of money still.
So I don't have the same attachment to those cards that I had, like Force of Will or, you know, all those
the
sort
duels
of the revised dual lands, all that stuff just sort of takes me back to a different time in my life. So I really appreciate Legacy a lot for that.
I remember the one extended format where it was like just an extended block, but also duels were randomly legal.
That was actually my first Pro Tour was that format.
I like that format. It was cool.
It was just Odyssey was the most recent set.
Yeah.
And it was just like Revised was banned, except randomly you could play with the dual lands. So
and duels are only like $10 to $15 at the time or something like that.
They were cheaper than that. I mean, if you wanted non-blue ones, I got my Savannas and Scrub lands and Bayous for that tournament for like $8 or $9, you know.
Only if we like thought about it then, and we're like, maybe these cards will go up even more.
Yeah, I mean, also when they liquidated, like when they rotated out the revised duels from extended, everyone was like, well, they're not worth anything anymore, and dual lands got liquidated for like, I mean, embarrassing amounts of money if you held on today. I mean, people were selling dual lands for like $2 or $3 at my store.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. They're useless now. Just like. You could have made a lot of money if you were just kind of chilling there, waiting for those opportunities to strike. AJ, how'd you do?
I won. Next 2 still.
All right, so you are playing pretty close to the same mono red list that I played.
Yep.
So what are
2 cards difference.
So now, what are the significant differences between the deck I played and what you have?
You have 4 plated GP'd and 4 Smoldering Spires, and I only have 2 Smoldering Spires, and I'm playing 2 GP, 2 Hellspender.
So how have your games been going so far today?
Pretty good. I mean, both of my losses were like kind of messed up in their own ways, and yeah, everything else has been like what I expected to happen. You know, like the games played out the same way they did in testing. You know, nothing crazy's happened in the rounds I won. So I feel good. I mean, I feel like the testing actually was relevant and helped. You know.
Okay. Assuming that someone comes in to tag in, so we have 2 people in the booth, I'll probably bird your match next round.
All right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be high tension. We gotta win and in.
So this is the first event where I would say AJ and I have worked together in some capacity. I obviously didn't play a game, but I like shipped him a list. He played, you know, grinded on Moto for like 12 hours straight. Yeah. We would have some back and forth about the feedback or whatever. And we had I suggested Stigma Laster for the sideboard. and it was fine. And then AJ was just like, well, also I put one Smoldering Spire in the deck, and it's been good every time I've drawn it. So then I was like, well, why wouldn't we just play 4 then? Because that's like immediately where my mind goes. I'm just like, well, if it's good, I'll just play 4 copies of it, right? So I guess you settled on 2 when I played the full 4, is that right?
Well, I mean, with 2 less guys with the JPs and getting the 5 mana to rebuy your Hell's Thunder, like you don't want that 5th land to come into play tapped. So like with my changes, I think that 2 Spires.
Yeah. I wasn't playing Hell's Thunder. All my decks were cheap. All my cards were cheapo, so it felt like I could handle the 8 comes into play tap lands.
Was Hell's Thunder awesome throughout the day? The little
It's been
change?
real good. It's been real good. Yeah, like it's pretty important. In the matchups, it's good. It's really, really important. So I'm happy I have them. Like I did last round, I got paired against Fairies and didn't draw them game 1 and boarded them out, and that's like the only matchup where you're really afraid to draw them.
Yeah.
Because they're just like actively terrible. But yeah, I was able to dodge that, and then they've been awesome. Besides that.
So you see these the deck boxes they're giving out?
I have not.
At every Grand Prix, I guess I don't know how much they're limited to a Grand Prix. They're giving out one of these. They're giving out one of these deck boxes. You can see on the side, I have a little sheet here, and each deck box will have a little art design on the side. Like here, you guys could you can't really see it because it's in the wrapper. I guess I could open it. You want to see if you can bring it a little closer there?
So right
Yeah,
hand
just
man,
open
Rusty
it.
Cubis on the job. Yeah, he's so sick. XO and Turdenwald.
Yeah. Oh, there, that's perfect. Yeah.
It's a deck box. If you collect all 4, you'll have 4 boxes to put your decks in.
Yeah. So
You can line up on your wall and have the whole panorama artwork come to life in your own living room.
Yeah.
Or wherever you play Magic.
I'm not a hand model or anything.
Yeah, there's 8 American Grand Prix this year, and each one will have a deck box. All of them will line up to create one big picture. So, a little incentive for you to try to come out to the Grand Prix and sign up early, because AJ is at the Grand Prix. But I saw you signing up with when they announced 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I signed up like 5 minutes after they announced last call, 1 minute left.
Want to get in here too?
I guess a sick match with Osyp. You guys watch it?
I'll have you three could chat there.
I didn't watch the match though.
Oh, really?
You watched the match, right?
I did.
Oh, this is
I'll take off for a second.
It's a big moto grind.
So was there some heat there between you and Osyp? It looked like just awkward as hell.
No, we actually did a prize split too.
Okay.
It was just Osyp got mana screwed in the final game, and he was just upset. I don't think he was upset at me.
Okay.
But so.
Yeah, it's just always hard, like I've known you guys for forever, so I kind of understand the context. But you guys are both such jokesters, and such just like giant knuckleheads. But whenever you actually play against each other, it looks like the loser's gonna get killed. Like that's the anti-match or whatever.
I think I don't know if I have a positive record against Osyp, but I know at one Pro Tour I went like 0-6. I like on day 2 there was like 8 rounds and I went 2-6. I got only 2 wins were against Osyp or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I mean it was a good match. It just showed Naya versus Blue White, which is Blue White's not. I was reading a lot of articles and they were just like these are the big decks, Fairies, Red, and nobody really gave credit to Blue White.
Well, I think there's a perception that why would you play Blue-White control when you could just play 4-color control? So I guess I'll leave it to you to sort of explain why you would. What are the advantages of playing Blue-White instead of just 4 or 5-color?
Well, here's the thing: the way the format was shaping was everybody coming into the tournament was like Fairies is public enemy number 1. We have to be Fairies, And I know you and Matt Sperling designed a red deck and gave it to Greg Hatch.
And he won the San Diego PTQ.
And he won the San Diego, so that kind of spread. And on Moto, I know Red deck came 2nd place. So Red was all over the place. So it was like. Red was beating Fairies. So how do you beat Red now? It was like, all right, I'll build a Naya then. Because Naya was good against the Red deck and good against Fairies.
Sure.
So then other people were coming out with decks, and the whole thing was that Blue White just was never really talked about. It was a slow position. I mean, I'm only 7-1. It's still an early tournament. I know Kibler's 7-0 or 8-0 with, I don't know what he's playing.
Green-white creatures?
Yeah, that was another deck.
Sure.
So it just really comes down to how your deck is well positioned. And a deck like Blue White or like the Rock, because I'm always fans of those decks, it's really tough to hate those decks out. So I never want to go to a tournament playing a deck where it's like the best deck, because everyone's gonna have hate for it. Everyone's gonna have practice. Like you should have seen the people's faces when I played, main deck Core Firewalker or main deck Steel Moon Cavalier. They just don't really expect it, don't know how to play against it, don't even know what the cards do really.
Right.
You know, like nobody really knows can you list all the abilities on
Still Moon, and now I can.
Oh,
But
now
earlier,
you can,
because
yeah.
I could try. It's like black, white, 1 for 2/1 pro white, pro black. You can pump its power for 2 hybrid mana, and you can give it flying for 1 hybrid mana. Is that right?
and it has another ability.
What is it?
First strike.
It just has first
No,
strike?
for 1 mana you give it first strike.
So not flying.
No,
and gives you flying.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
this thing does everything.
Yeah, so I mean in the blue and
What a
mirror,
deal!
yeah, in the blue and mirror match they have like cards like Wall of Omens and Kitchen Finks, and you play in a Stillmoon Cavalier where they have no answer to it.
Yeah.
And the other blue-white decks, they try to trick me by bringing in the 2/2 guy level up.
The Coral Helm dude. Yeah.
But everybody has that, so I'm not going to be tricked because I'm going to bring in my Solar Temptations. So I try to, you know.
Just next level.
Yeah, I actually did get tricked one round. I was like, whoa, I forgot about that card, but I still managed to beat him. And then after that, I started bringing other stuff. But yeah, blue-white is fun, and I mean, I hope Osyp makes it too. Because, you know, he definitely seems like he wanted to do well.
Cool.
But,
yeah, there's been a lot of debate about the fairies on red matchup, kind of on our threads and just in general. Like, it's hard for me to say because so much of it depends on the exact fairies configuration, like the number of disfigures or agony warps or pepper smokes. You know, you can kind of adjust things to make the matchup better. I will say that the games never feel like they're close. It's always one person just completely nutting on the other person, so it gives the perception that the matchup is pretty close. I think it's just, you know, again, 50-50-ish or so, depending on how the fairies deck wants to configure their deck.
now you played red. If you had to start the day over again, would you go and play red again, or would you? Like, I know you did poorly in this tournament, but you had a lot of. I mean, even at the Legacy Grand Prix, you like pretty much brought back red, and you probably had one of the best finishings with red.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. So much of it's defined by like early in the tournament. Like, you know, basically my opponent in Game 3 of the first round, he's on 6. He has Temper Steel and Basilisk Collar and no dudes. And I have 4 lands, Lightning Bolt and Burst Lightning in hand. He plays a Sculler, so I can't really kill his Sculler because it's going to be a 4/4. So the only thing I can do is just knock him down to 1. He gets to put his Sculler into play, equip Basilisk Collar, and say go.
Sure.
And then it's like, you know, do I rip something that deals 1 or not? And
I read an article recently, and I think it was Todd Anderson who wrote it for Star City, and he said that don't worry about red because the player playing red is actually not that good. And there was some hate in the forums about that. They're like, hey, you know, there are some good red players out there, and you're one of them.
I think the thing is, like, there's definitely some nitwits who play red, but there's also nitwits who play Jace because they feel smart when they have Jason Cryptic Command in their deck. It doesn't make you good or smart because you have your $400 for your Jaces or whatever, you put them in your deck. That doesn't make you good at Magic.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
From my perspective, like, I feel like I play a lot tighter when I'm playing red because I actually don't have any margin for error. Like, my deck's not going to be as objectively as powerful as my opponent's deck, so if I screw up, I'm just going to die because they're going to start playing Baneslayers and Wormcoils and, you know, Cruel Ultimatum, whatever. So, I think it kind of goes both ways the same way that, like, every archetype does. There's some idiots who play with Jason Cryptic Command because it makes them feel smart. There's some masters who play with those cards because they feel like it gives them the best edge to do well in the tournament.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And the same thing is true of, you know, John or Mono Red or, you know, any other deck you could be playing.
Yeah. The one thing I really like that I think Magic now is kind of changing a little bit, where it used to be back in the day, everybody would worry about what other people were playing. They're like, yo, what's like YMG playing? They were a really big group. Like Target, we were like kind of big, but we never really.
We weren't like YMG.
Yeah, we weren't like YMG, and there was like Team Punisher, and there was a lot more teams, and everybody's like, what's playing this? And now everything's kind of like more wide open. Like LSV just, you know, posts his videos, or Brad Nelson posts his videos, and they're just like, hey, this is what I'm playing, this is how you should play it.
Well, I think, like, you know, because of Moto, I think that tech just sort of gets disseminated much faster.
Yeah, definitely.
The information's a lot more free. Secondly, like, writers are just cashing big checks on giving out this information, so that's a big incentive to just, you know, just talk openly because people are just making money off their articles and videos.
For the record, I do not write for the money. I write for the fans.
I mean, there's multiple motivations.
I actually give almost no strategy in the article, so the article is not valued to, but it's definitely some good stories, and I try to make it enjoyable for the readers.
And I think lastly and most importantly, like, the biggest edge is just playing well and grinding out a bunch of games and understanding your